most of you should know, probably a few of you don't know, NHL season is finally upon us. We are in the preseason. We've got 1 week into the actual official start of the season starts. So we're going to do a little bit of a way too early prediction, talk about our Stanley Cup predictions before the season is even started, and kind of talk about that a little bit, and then see what we expect out of this year of hockey, back to a normal schedule, conference restructuring, back to somewhat normal, adding a new team, and then just talking about NHL. So
but I feel like we just got out of NHL season.
Yeah,
just got out of it. I feel like it just was June. I feel like it ended. And now
it was one of those weird ones because of COVID and all that.
And now it's all of a sudden, all right, back in hockey.
Different, yeah. It's kind of one of those things where baseball, like you see October, and all of a sudden the guys turn around a few months later.
And you're like,
spring training in March.
Yeah. You're like, did they even get a break?
Reporting? Yeah. It was July 7th, actually.
July.
Was the last game.
Yeah, it was a very late.
It was during the show.
Season.
Yeah, it was during the show.
So, late season.
That's crazy stuff, but let's do some fun predictions. So give me your division winners for this year. I know it's obviously way too early, but that's the style we do it. And then if you want to call a Stanley Cup champion, if you feel confident in somebody.
So you want me to start on my end?
You can if you want to start.
All right. So what is it? The Atlantic.
You got Atlantic and Metropolitan, Central,
out of the East
and
Conference.
Pacific. Yeah.
All right. So Atlantic, I'm going to go with Tampa Bay winning that division.
Yeah.
There's some decent teams in there in Toronto and in Boston in that division.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think you got some strong competition there in those two teams to give them a run for their money. But I think Tampa wins it. I'm just going to go ahead and call them as three-peating and winning the Stanley Cup. In the Metropolitan, after this restructuring, I think this is the most stacked division as far as most talent-wise. And I think I might be picking an underdog here, but I'm going to go with the Hurricanes winning that division.
Okay.
And then what we got? The Central is, I think I'm going to go with Colorado. I think they're going to win that one. And then the Edmonton Oilers winning the West.
Edmonton Oilers, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go second. I'm not far off from you. I think Tampa and in the Atlantic is going to take it. Hard not to say that you feel like Tampa's going to win 3 in a row. I mean, they dominated the Hurricanes.
Yeah, they dominated throughout the whole
the
Stanley Cup
Canadians in the Stanley Cup, and then through going for a three-peat. I mean, it's hard not to take them. But I think Boston, I think Toronto, and I think Montreal is actually going to give them a pretty good run for their money within their division. But I just really feel like it's either going to be Boston or Tampa up top in the Atlantic. 100% agree with you. Metropolitan, absolute most dominant. I mean, Hurricanes, Capitals, Penguins. I mean, Philadelphia is not too terrible. People have really liked the Islanders this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what a freaking dominant division.
That's going to be, whoever comes out of that division, it's going to be a hard team to beat because they're going to know tough, hard games. Yeah. That's going to be a lot of skill coming out of there.
Who did you take out of this? You took the Hurricanes?
I took the Hurricanes.
Which
I wouldn't really say it's an underdog.
Yeah, they won the most
favorite.
Well, it's really, I think it's them and the Islanders.
Probably.
Because I would probably say that they won the most. Didn't they win the most games in hockey, like in the regular season last year?
They may have, yeah.
So they have the Islanders as an early season prediction that I was looking at a second ago. They had the Islanders winning it. I'm going to stick with 2 of the more veteran teams, 2 of the more consistently great teams. So I think it's either going to be Washington or Pittsburgh. I'll take Washington personally, but I think it's going to be one of those two, one of the more veteran teams that have played some tough hockey. Central, this seems like more the easier division for me. I think the Predators are obviously a fan favorite of one of our close hockey friends.
Yeah.
But to me, maybe Chicago, because then they pick up Marc-Andre Fleury. Were they the team that picked up the Blackhawks?
Yes. Yeah.
So they got a veteran goalie, a guy that's won a couple cups. He knows what he's doing. But for me personally, I'm going to take Colorado.
I say Winnipeg in there in that.
No, you got the Blues, you got the Stars. Yeah, you got Winnipeg. Yes. Yeah. Winnipeg.
So Winnipeg could give Colorado a run for their money.
Yeah, I'm taking Colorado. I think Colorado actually probably makes it deep in the playoffs this year, and that's just off of some wise advice from my boss, who is a former hockey player. So, and best friend is actually the manager or head coach of Colorado. And then Pacific. the company I work for is based in Seattle, so we're all kind of forced to be Seattle Kraken fans. I think they got a great logo, great jersey. I'm excited to see them.
Are you ordering yourself a jersey?
I will have to get some. I'm not a deep enough hockey follower to know who the best player on the Kraken is, but yeah, I'll get you a Kraken jersey.
Get you the custom one that just says 1 and Williams on the back.
Yeah. But to me, it seems kind of obvious. Just personally, I think Vegas is probably the favorite in that division and probably shouldn't come out of the Pacific personally. So. I think it's going to be Tampa repeating, but I could definitely see Vegas. I could definitely see Colorado. And then, whoever comes out of that metropolitan area, the top dog would probably really be a big favorite for the playoffs because that's a tough division. There's going to be a lot of good hockey going on there.
Yeah, agreed.
So with the Atlantic, gonna have to say 100%, no doubt that Buffalo will repeat as being the worst team in the league.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, they're going to be bad again. Sorry, Buffalo fans. That's rough.
Well, the Kraken are going to be better than Buffalo?
Probably.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
They should
All
be.
The last expansion.
I'll talk about my thoughts on the Kraken when I get down to
Okay.
the Pacific. The Atlantic, I think you're going to have Tampa Bay. You're going to have Toronto. They're going to make their presence again. They're going to be the boys in the blue. Metropolitan, that one is tough for me personally because I want to say Pittsburgh's going to do it. It was kind of an off year for them last year. Wasn't their best year. Washington's going to be good to beat. Hurricanes, I think it's going to be the Hurricanes coming out of Metropolitan. I think they're just young, dumb enough to just keep rolling through with the momentum that they had last year. The Central Division, definitely sticking with Colorado. They're going to be hot. They're going to be good. They're going to keep it moving. I don't think they're going to lose a step much from last year. And then the Pacific, I think Vegas is going to hurt without Marc-Andre Fleury there. I think that's going to really show its head, and Edmonton's going to take the Central, not Central, but
Pacific.
The Pacific from them. But Edmonton, I think, is going to come out of the Pacific. And then overall, Tampa is most likely gonna take it for the 3-peat.
What makes Tampa like year in and year out just so good? Like, how are they staying?
Recently, it's been their defense has been unreal.
Defense is unreal,
and they got a lot of speed.
Yeah,
and
they're just so quick.
I guess is what they consider.
Have they just done a good budget structure, being able to keep the core people together? Have they just been like offloading one talent and adding another, drafting? What's it been that's like? Because to three-peat is pretty serious.
Yeah. Not too many teams have done that, and usually it's the same teams that do it over and over again. They just do it, a couple of years apart.
Yeah.
Especially historically, like Montreal, the teams north of the border. Toronto, I think, has just been, like you said, it's just been really well managed, and not letting it like the massive contracts, run away from them. Keeping the core structures or kind of changing into like the newer speed guys and just making sure like their scheming works offensively. Yeah. Just like if you're gonna have one speedster, you're gonna get a couple speedsters. You're gonna have the quick line, then you're gonna have like the core defenders that when they go out there, they're gonna be like the penalty killers and the shot blockers and stuff like that. It's just I think they've really found what works and they've stuck with it, and it's just been a really well managed team.
Cool.
Yeah, they found the guys that. When you say fit a scheme, they found their guys that fit that scheme.
Yeah. Cool. Anything on your end you want to add? I know you're not a hockey fan.
Not a hockey fan. So, yeah.
Give me a prediction. Who do you think's gonna win?
I would go Tampa or Carolina.
Okay.
It'd be cool to see Carolina win one.
I know they've been there. They've got one. They got one back like in 06.
Something like that.
Yeah, the early 2000s.
Yeah, they got
one there, the Stahl brothers and all that. Yeah.
So I would say Tampa or Carolina.
And Carolina's also one of besides obviously Vegas and Seattle, one of the more young. It's one of the most recent teams in the NHL too.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool just to see the Cup come to Charlotte because we would definitely be going to the parade just to go to the
Cup parade.
Yeah. Why not? So,
why would you not go to something like that in Charlotte when it's an hour away from us? So.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's our NHL too early predictions, I guess. Yeah, it's too early. Maybe not.
Too early and way too early?
Yeah, way too early. It's probably just too early instead of way too early since we're only a week away from the season. But we'll put it on recording. We'll see how we finish the year. There we go. Yeah.